to take me away back to strawberry fields and a God that was real till they took my sunshine away.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Cage My IQ. Of course, this is another One Championship Amazon Prime event that we're going to be predicting for you guys. It is one on Amazon Prime Video 3 as headlined by a bantamweight World Championship matchup between the champion John Lineker versus his opponent Fabricio de Andrade. This is a big time event. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be predicting the 9-fight event for you that's going to be taking place on Friday, October 21st at 8 p.m. Eastern. These One Championship Amazon fights are great for the U.S. audience, of course, because they're going to be going during the evening instead of in the morning on Friday. But before I get into my predictions, as always, this is Cage My IQ. You can follow us on social media, on, of course, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the notification bell, and please do us a favor and smash the like button down below and hit us up in the comment section. Let me know what you think of my fight predictions and who you're going to go for fight-wise this Friday night on Prime Video 3. But now let's get to the predictions, of course. Let's start with the first fight. We got a women's MMA bout between the debuting Leah Bivins going up against Noelle Little Monkey Grandjean. This is going to be an interesting fight. Of course, Leah Bivins trains with the famous Lee family in, of course, Hawaii. She has a black belt in jiu-jitsu. She's been developing her leg kicks and her combinations on the, of course, regional scene. But she's going up against a brute fighter in Noelle Grandjean, whereas powerful strikes. She has that grappling background. In her last fight, she was able to use the judo to throw her opponent to the ground and then finish her off with the ground and pound. This is a tough task for Leah Bivins if she can't grapple Noelle down, avoid the shots, and to look for those submissions on the ground. I'm going with Noelle Grandjean by a decision in this fight. I need to see more from Leah Bivins before I pick her because this is, of course, her debut. I've seen a little bit more from Noelle, so I feel more comfortable going with her by decision here. She's the more powerful striker. She has good leg kicks, and she has the judo. So that's why I'm leaning towards Noelle Grandjean in this matchup over Leah Bivins in the opener. Moving on to the next fight on the prelims, we got Asa Tanpao going up against Mehdi Zatau in this featherweight Muay Thai matchup. This is going to be fun. First, we got Mehdi Zatau, who has good leg kicks. He has good movement. And he's more of a guy who likes to throw those crazy uppercuts. He likes to push forward. He likes to wait for the openings. And he just throws those combinations of uppercuts and leg teats to the stomach and those calf kicks. But then he's going up against a rising star in Asa Tanpao, who just is always pushing forward. He's always attacking the leg. He has that. He always showcases those karate style kicks where they come out of nowhere, spinning back kicks, spinning front kicks, leg kicks to the calf, kicks to the stomach. He goes to the face, and he does it from out of nowhere. His thing, though, is fighting Muay Thai. He has to be careful of being too aggressive, which he usually is, and not sit back and then like compute who he's fighting against. And if he is too wild with his leg kicks, he's going to run into Mehdi's uppercut, and that could be lights out for him. But just from like an output standpoint, I like Asa Tempal. He has great movement. He has great cardio. And I feel like production wise, he's going to be the better guy. He just has to watch out for that knockout uppercut from Mehdi Zatau. But I'm going with Austin 10 in this one by points here. I think he does the more production. He slows down Mehdi with the leg kicks to the legs, and that's going to enforce take a little bit of power off of that uppercuts that Zatau throws. So once again, I'm going with Asa 10 in this one by points, aka decision victory. Moving on to the third fight on the prelims, we have another Muay Thai bout. This one's between Amir Naziri going up against Taki Naito. This has an interesting matchup as well. Amir Naziri likes to throw leg kicks. He is very pushing forward type style. He likes to explode forward, throw those overhand knockout shots. He's always looking to knock out his opponent. He'll disguise the overhand shot with a couple leg kicks in the beginning. He pushes back, and then all of a sudden he's just going to shoot forward and throw those wild overhand shots. A lot of times they are telegraphed, but if you're not patient enough, he will catch you with them. But he does have knockout power. He's been some big time fights, and he's gone up against a guy who I really like in Naito, who throws a lot of kicks to the calf. He has a game plan of if he throws a lot of them enough, he will slow his opponent down, and then he'll start mixing up those leg kicks to body shots, and then that's where it opened things up to when he would then throw the leg kick to the body in the head, and then mix up those the jab and the overhand shots afterwards. But his mainstay is always the calf kick shots and his leg speed that he throws. He does it very fast, and he does it a lot. And before his opponent can compute what's happening, they're starting to get red in the leg. They start to slow down, and that's when he takes over with everything else. But he's more methodical, and he has a more game plan approach than Naziri, who is all about just going in there, looking to finish the fight early, and if he doesn't, to just try and overpower them with those shots. But this one, I'm going with Taki Naito by round 3 finish here. I think he's going to slow down Naziri early, start to get the shots in midway through. Once Naziri gets slowed down by the shots, we've seen in Naziri's last fight by Sava Michael, when Michael did the same thing. He just was very patient early, threw a lot of the leg kicks. It slowed down Naziri. Naziri got tired out by throwing those telegraphed knockout shots, and then that's when Michael just finished him late on. I see the same thing here with Taki Naito. He's going to be patient early. He's going to slow him down with the calf kicks, and then he's going to finish him in the third round by overhand shot when he gets going with the combinations. So in this one, in this Muay Thai bout, I got Taki Naito finishing Amir Naziri by third round stoppage. Moving on to the next fight on the prelims, we got a grappling bout between Cade Rutolo going up against Yuli Cursive. in the welterweight division. This is a contrast in styles. We got Cade Rutolo, who is a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and then we got Yuli Cursive, who is a well-known Sambo specialist. This is going to be a fun contrast. Like I said, Cade has that big-time endurance. He fought Shinya Aoki last year in one of his one championship fights. He was able to just outlast him. He just outpowered him. He used that cardio to just be very offensive minded with his grappling. He just pushed him up against the cage, took him down, took him back. He had that famous the motion where he was grappling up with the Aoki, and he used the cage to kick forward and to get behind his back and get to the mat. And he just outlasted Aoki for 10 minutes and got the point victory in that one. The one that's going to be crazy with this is just the Sambo style. How is Yuri Cursive going to work in a submission style grappling event where he is so used to using the Sambo style and more of just like a professional event, and it's more predicated on taking the fight down and just outlasting them. This is going to be a style where he's got to watch out for those submissions of Cade Rutolo and the cardio. Cardio is definitely going to be in Rutolo's back, but Cursive's going to be able to take advantage of those small mistakes that Cade makes, and that Sambo style, he'll be able to pressure forward where usually Cade is the guy moving forward, dictating the pace. And I think Cade might take a step back here and just see early what he's going to be dealing with. But I'm leaning towards Cade Rutolo in this matchup. I do feel like Cursive has his moments where he might be able to take advantage of Cade's overextending this in the clinch, and where sometimes he gives up his back to get his opponents to the mat by doing those rolls, and Cursive might capitalize on him. But I just think the pace, the length, and just the BJJ background just favors a guy like Rutolo, who is one of those just prodigies of the division, of the grappling style. And I'd be interested to see if he can get Cursive by submission or if he goes the distance here. But I think if this fight goes the distance, they're going to be going back and forth. But I give the edge to Cade Rutolo over Yuli Cursive in this welterweight pro grappling matchup. Moving on to the first matchup on the main card here, we got a MMA bout between Jeremy Miyadu going up against Daniel Williams. This is my favorite matchup of the card here. These guys are going to just go at it here. Of course, everybody knows Mini T Daniel Williams for the big-time Muay Thai bout that he had against Ratang, where he lasted the whole matchup. He went toe-to-toe with Ratang. He even hit Ratang with a bunch of shots, but wound up falling at the end. But he went through the gauntlet there, and he's moved to MMA now, where he's had an issue with slowing the pace down because he's so used to the 3-round fights where he has to speed up the pace, and he's starting to get the pace going where he can go in a more patient style. It's 5 rounds now, so he has a little bit more time to work, and he's starting to get that going. But this guy goes fast. He throws a lot of leg kicks. He likes to mix them in with the overhand shots, and he likes to use the jab. And he's just going to be that guy that is just going to be a menace with his Muay Thai style. But he's going up against a guy in Jeremy Miyadu, who is a knockout artist in himself. These guys going to just go at it. Miyadu can capitalize with the leg kick, uppercut, and the overhand shots. You name it, he does it. And this match is going to be decided by who can catch the other when they make a mistake. And that's where I'm leaning towards Jeremy Miyadu by second round knockout. And Daniel Williams has been great with his chin, but at times he goes into the clinch too fast and throws too aggressive and leaves his base out to be hit because he takes shots to give shots back, and that's where Jeremy Miyadu is famous for, capitalize on those shots. And I see Jeremy Miyadu land a knockout blow in the second. So in this matchup, I got Jeremy Miyadu defeating Daniel Williams by second round knockout in this flyweight MMA bout. Moving on to the next matchup, we got a men's pro matchup in MMA division. This is going to be contested at lightweight. We got number 2 ranked Jaewon Kim, aka the Fighting God, going up against newcomer Shamil the Cobra Gasana. Shamil has that, of course, that grappling wrestling background. He is looking to take the fight to the ground with the takedowns and looking to win the fight by submission. He's won all but 1 or 2 of his fights by tap out, all on the regional scene. But he's going up against Jaewon Kim, who has that flashy style background. He likes to mix in the leg kicks with his boxing and Muay Thai. He uses the jab to open everything else up. He has good takedown defense. But he's all about the flash. He's all about the putting in the work, racking up the volume. Everything is predicated behind that jab that he throws. He has knockout power. He'll always look to throw leg kick to the cap and then mix it in the overhand shot right afterwards. But in this matchup, it's going to be whether Jaewon Kim can defend the takedowns and avoid of course, the clinch up with Shamil. If Shamil can clinch up and take him down, Shamil should have the chance to shock Jaewon Kim with the submission. But I think Jaewon Kim will avoid the clinch up. He'll use his jab to keep the distance, throw the leg kicks to try and slow down Shamil's shoot takedowns. And I see Jaewon Kim win this one by decision victory here. I think Shamil will avoid the knockouts, but he's not going to be able to clinch up with the constant leg kicks from Jaewon Kim. And then once he slows down Shamil, that's where he'll get the overhands and the knees going inside the clinch when Shamil is damaged. And then he won't finish him, but I feel like he's going to dominate this matchup and get the victory here over the newcomer. So once again, I got Jaewon Kim beating Shamil Gasana by decision victory in this bout. Moving on to the next bout, we got a Muay Thai bout between Pam Payak, Hitman, and then going up against Superlek, Kiatmu in the bantamweight division. This is going to be a closely dictated fight. Both are one of the mainstays in the division, but I'm leaning towards Pam Payak, Hitman, just the last name itself, aka the Angel Warrior. I think he's going to be able to withstand the leg kicks of Superlek. He's going to withstand just the shots from him. And I got Pam Payak winning by a decision here. I think he's going to throw the better hand shots. He's going to be able to check some of the leg kicks. And this is going to be a closely dictated decision here. But I think Pam Payak pulls this one out closely. This could be one that comes to split decision, but I think Pampayak pulls it out just a little bit more over Superlek in this bantamweight matchup. So once again, I got Pampayak defeating Superlek by decision victory, possibly split decision. Moving on to the co-main event of the evening, we got a flashy Muay Thai welterweight bout between Simsamut Kimmy, aka Simsamut, going up against kickboxing phenom Reglon, the immortal Ursel. Of course, he is the kickboxing champion. He's making the swap over to Muay Thai for this bout. Simsamut is a patient Muay Thai fighter. He is really good with just being patient enough. He moves back. He likes to throw those leg kicks to the body, leg kicks, of course, to the shin, and then he opens things up with the jab and overhand shots. In this last bout, he was able to get a knockout victory on one punch in the second round. But he's all about just being patient, going in, coming out, and then looking for the open spots. But he's going up against a trained winner in Grandjean Ursel, who is just very explosive with his legs and his overhand shots. It's just very explosive. Even though Clin Lee might have the power advantage, because even though he's very patient, he has the power to knock out anybody in the division. Ursel has the explosion that just comes out of nowhere. He throws 2 to 3 leg kicks, follows it up with the shot to the face, and then he just comes right at you, explodes in with the flying knee, clinches up with you, and then lands a few shots before you even can throw anything. That's how quick he is. He racks up the volume, but then he puts in power within those shots too. One thing he has to watch is when he crunches up, that he has to watch out for that overhand shot of Sinsamu, who has knocked out guys in the past doing that. But if this goes to decision, this is easy. It's going to be Grandjean Ursel. But if Sinsamu can catch him with a shot, he has a chance to knock out Ursel. But it's hard to go against Grandjean Ursel, who's riding that long winning streak that he's on. He's a kickboxing champion. I think that's why he's making the move over to Muay Thai, because he's just beaten almost everybody in the kickboxing division. Now he's trying to move over here to see if he can do the same over in Muay Thai. It's just being from the Netherlands, you're just very good with the leg kicks, and then he's been good so far in Muay Thai. He knows what he needs to do. He clinches up. He knows how to use his knees and elbows, which is going to be a big thing in that Thai clinch, and just avoid those power shots of his opponent. And I think he can do it. I think he's going to be the guy who pushes the pace, explodes in, comes out, explodes in again. And in the volume game, he's going to be the clear favorite. So in this matchup, which could go either way, depending on like a crazy shot, I'm going with Grandjean Ursel defeating Sinsamut by points, aka decision, in this matchup. I do give Sinsamut that knockout shot, though, but when it comes to volume and comes to just pace, there's no one better than Grandjean Ursel, even with the transition over to Muay Thai. I think it just favors him even more with the leg kicks and then the knees and elbows, which are a big part of Muay Thai. I think it favors him slightly more, even with the change. So once again, in the co-main event, I got Grandjean Ursel over Sinsamut Kimmy by decision. Moving on to the main event of the evening, we got the one featherweight championship MMA bout between the champion John Lineker going up against the challenger Fabricio de Andrade. Everybody knows John hands his stone Lineker. He has that one knockout power capability. That's how he got to the championship with that power knockout shot that is just blown through his opponents to get to where he's at. He does have great cardio. He has good movement, but it's all about that one punch power that he uses. If the fight goes to the distance, that's where he tends to lose bouts. That's what happened to him in the UFC when guys have had been able to avoid the knockout shot, and then they have more of a traditional background than he does. They tend to fare better than him. He's made the move to one and in the featherweight division, and it's been a good like transition for him. Of course, being the champion now, and then you got Fabricio de Andrade, aka the Wonder Boy. He has a kickboxing background, Muay Thai background, boxing background, and BJJ background. He's more of a complete fighter. He comes at you with those leg kicks. He's just like a fly. He's just flying everywhere. Like he's more of a complete fighter. He likes to use the leg kicks to transition into the striking that he has. He throws a jab. He likes to throw a hook and then overhand shots. He's been able to knock guys out with just the leg kicks to his pinpoint shot. In one of his last fights, he beat his opponent by hitting him with a leg kick to the stomach, and then his opponent just gave up from there on out. It's going to be a challenge for him to avoid that knockout shot of Lineker. When Lineker hits you, that's when he's and smells blood and he starts throwing those combinations and he finishes you. But for Lineker, his challenge is dealing with the speed, the elusiveness of Andrade, and being able to deal with just the volume that he pours out with, because he's just going to come at him constantly. He's going to push the pace, move out of range. He's going to circle away from the knockout shot of Lineker, make him work with his other hand, and see if he can catch Lineker trying to force the movement and force his hand to Andrade. And I could see either guy finishing each other. But in this matchup, if Lineker doesn't hit him with that knockout shot, I'm going to be leaning towards Fabricio de Andrade. It's just Lineker always finds that chance and always gets that moment to throw it, and he always seems to connect on it because he's always trying to push the pace and get his hand in range to connect, and it always happens. It just is the matter of when and how. But I feel like Fabricio de Andrade can avoid that shot. It can move the pace, circle around him, throw those leg kicks to the leg and body, slow down Lineker, and then mix in those leg kick to hand combinations, and possibly get a knockout for himself. And that's where I'm going with Fabricio de Andrade by round 3 knockout. And I think he's going to get it done via leg kick to the body. I feel like at some point he's just going to get Lineker. When Lineker throws too much, he starts to slow down because he's trying to wing those power knockout shots. And when he doesn't get them, he slows down a lot. And I feel like once he does so, Andrade is going to take over with the volume. And at some point, I feel like he's going to catch him with that shot to the stomach, and he has knockout shots with his leg kicks, and I think that's when he catches Lineker here. So in this main event featherweight championship matchup, I got Fabricio de Andrade upsetting John Lineker and becoming the new one featherweight champion of the world with the knockout victory over John Lineker. So once again, Fabricio de Andrade, round 3 knockout over the champion, John Lineker. Now I'll wrap things up with my one on Amazon Prime Video 3 4-card prediction show by yours truly, Cage. I will be back next month to predict one on Prime Video 4 in November. This is a fun thing to do once a month, predicting one on Prime Video shows since they're going to be on U.S. time. And I can't wait till they come to the U.S. for shows in the future. But as always, before I get going, this is Cage My IQ. All I ask for you guys to do is follow us on social media, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Twitch, and on YouTube. And make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and then smash the like button down below and hit us up in the comment section. Let me know what you think of my predictions and who you're going to go with on this fight card. And if you have any insights into any of the upsets that you're going to go with, because I've gone with a couple myself, and I'm always intrigued on your guys' opinions on any of the underdogs that I should look into rather than going with, of course, the favorites, which the favorites are going to overtake this card. But there are, like I said, there are a couple of sneaky underdogs to go with that I went with, of course, with the main event and even one of the undercards that I'm going with. But as always, I'll be back. You can check out any other content on the network with the UFC predictions, with the interviews, and with these one championship videos as well as of course. And now that I'm dabbling with wrestling, I'm doing the prediction shows and interviews with the talent in wrestling as well. But other than that, I'll see you guys next time on another edition of Cage of My IQ. I'm your host, Cage. Enjoy the rest of the week, and I will talk to you guys later. See you guys.